started our Hope for Veterans program last November. Actually, we launched it on Veterans Day. And the goal of the program is really just a supplement to our transitional housing program, but specifically for veterans and their families, because there are so many resources available to veterans if you can access them and if you can get connected with the right people. And so that's really what the Hope for Veterans program is all about. We partner with organizations like Centerstone. We refer people to the VFW, the VA, and so we're really excited about this next phase of our program. This tiny house and the land it sits on was donated and built by a very generous donor here in our community. He called us up one day and said, "Hey, this is what I'd like to do. What do you think?" And of course we were like, "Okay, go for it." So we really just kind of said, cut loose, do your best. And so what he ended up doing was building this tiny house specifically for veterans, but with the intention that if somebody had a disability, they're in a wheelchair, anything like that, that they would be able to access this house easily. So as you walk through here in a little bit, you'll see that everything is, one level. Obviously, there's not a lot of room for anything else. But the shower is wheelchair accessible. The hallway, the way that everything is designed, the kitchen, the countertop, it's designed where somebody can just pull a wheelchair right up to it. So we're just very excited about what this house has to offer for our community, and we're very excited for what the future has. This is really just the first step in a process, and it's great to see the vision starting to come to fruition. So a lot of people ask, is homelessness really something that we deal with in Calloway County? And if you've been around or you've heard us speak before, then our answer to that is yes. It just looks a lot different in our community than what people expect when they go to, places like Nashville or even Paducah. Homelessness does exist. And in fact, if you look at the national population, in America, 8% of Americans have served in the U.S. Armed Forces in some capacity. If you look at the homeless population in America, nearly 20% of the homeless population are veterans. So there's this huge disparity between what veterans are dealing with when they come home and the resources that we provide for them. And so what we want to do is come alongside veterans and be able to support them as they build, a stable and sustainable future. So our neighbor really likes us. So the Hope for Veterans program is sponsored by Independence Bank. They've been a huge supporter of Hope Calloway for a long time, and when we first launched the Hope for Veterans program, Heidi, Schultz, and I began talking about how Independence Bank could be more involved. And so when you think about a veterans project and 1776 Bank, there's nothing that makes more sense than that partnership. So Heidi, if you want to come and say a couple words.
It has been truly a privilege and an honor for Independence Bank and the team here at Murray to be involved with this project and to be a partner with Hope Calloway since we first came into the Callaway County market. Specifically for this home, we have been able to come in post-construction and do a major clean of the property. As you can imagine, a construction project leaves a mess behind.